Hey, so this is a look at the comics that came this week. Some are from this week, some are from a week or two ago, but I just forgot about them, so I just ordered them with my recent comic order. So I'll go through it now. Okay, so first one is Dawn of DC Shazam number 4 by Mark Waid and Dan Mora. This is a comic I was going to stop, and I'm glad I didn't. Um, it looks like Mark Waid's playing a long game with this comic. The artwork is gorgeous, of course, because it's got fantastic artwork by Dan Mora and great colouring by Sanchez. Yeah, and I'm invested now in the story. The other, I think, because it was that 2 month gap with Night Terrors, it kind of like just basically forgot the gist of the story. But this has brought it back to me. Just great, really fun read. But it's fun, but it's not fluffy. There's still depth to it. So yeah, I'd give this an 8.5 out of 10. I'm definitely carrying on with that. And then we go on to another amazing comic, Wonder Woman number 2 by Tom King and Daniel Saint Pierre. There's also a backup showing the prologue of Amazon's Attack, and that looks like it's going to be a great series as well by I think it's Josie Campbell doing the writing on that. But this, Daniel Saint Pierre is competing with Dan Mora now for being the best artist in mainstream comics. This is just jaw-droppingly good, and it's Tom King's, I'd say, tightest writing he's done in a long time. He's made Wonder Woman so badass, it's so cool. But she's badass, but without being a bit trite and cliche. And I love how he's like he's doing like a parallel story. So he's doing the story of Diana when she was younger, training, trying to prove her worth with the other Amazons, as well as the conflict that she's going through at the moment. And it works so well. I know people accuse him of being wordy, but there's no wasted words this time. It's great. 9 out of 10. A must read. And then sticking on with DC, it's a lot of it is DC now because I'm just loving DC at the moment. This is a comic I was going to stop because I hated the last 2 issues, where it's the one with the Riddler and Krypton or something like that. I didn't enjoy it. I found it very just a bit too camp, a bit too 60s kind of style of comic, a bit too Silver Age. But this, wow. I think this is Dan Mora's best artwork he's done. Tamara Bonvillain, though, does a lot of the lifting as well with the colouring. Her colouring on this is just gorgeous. They synchronise so well together, and it's a return to Kingdom Come, and it links it to the story of Kid Thunder, the story arc from a while ago. Wow. This is pure superhero. This is how superhero comics should be. Hold on, that's better. And yeah, another 9 out of 10. An essential read again. And another book that's blown me away. This is not going to be a very negative review this week. Green Lantern War General number 2, Philip Kennedy Johnson. Wow, he's good on this. He's good on anything. And then Monsters on the artwork. The artwork on this reminds me of this. It's a weird blend of Bill Sienkiewicz. Well, it's not really weird because Bill Sienkiewicz was a bit of a copycat of him back in the day, and Neil Adams. So it's some panels are very Sienkiewicz looking, and others are very Neil Adams looking, but with Sienkiewicz kind of inking style over it. And it works so well. He's made John Stewart the most interesting Green Lantern there is, because I find Hal Jordan very shallow. But there's so much depth to this. I love how they brought John Stewart's mum into it and have linked him up to Steel, which you'll find out about soon. Yeah, it's great. I like how it's more galactic based than Green Lantern. Green Lantern should have more of a space element like this does, more of a science fiction element. And again, a 9 out of 10. I love it. And staying with Philip Kennedy Johnson, Incredible Hulk number 5. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. I'm going to carry on with it, but the artwork does not work. I like Travel Foreman, but to go from Nick Klein to Travel Foreman makes no sense. It's a huge jump in style. They need somebody of a similar style to Nick Klein who's quite heavy in the inks, quite gothic. This is too light. It's a bit punky looking, and the colours look garish on it, so it throws you out of the story. So to be honest, I just found the story very mid, but I'm going to carry on with it because I know it's just a blip. But yeah, 6 out of 10, and there's a useless backup strip as well, which they charge you an extra $1 for. And then Tenement, number 5. Excellent. Very Twin Peaks meets, very David Lynch meets Stephen King. The mystery is getting expanded and explored more. This is $3.99, you get 32 story pages. You can't go wrong with that. Again, 9 out of 10. Then we move on to Catwoman, which is Gotham War Part 5. Story's okay, the artwork's a bit clunky, but not ugly, just a bit stiff. And it's okay, but I'm looking forward to when the crossover finishes for both series. 6 out of 10. But carrying on with it still. Titans, this is one that was going to be on the chopping block last month, but I decided to give it another go. And I'm glad I did. Number 4. Nicola Scott's artwork's gorgeous. The only gripe I've got against her work is that she can sometimes make all the faces of the cast members look similar, so it gets a bit confusing at times. But very attractive artwork. Great colouring, and the storyline's ramping up nicely. Got a very Invasion of the Body Snatchers feel to it. 8 out of 10. Daredevil number 2. So I've given it 2 issues. $4.99. You only get 20 pages of story. The cover's just on par with a standard DC comic, which is better than a normal Marvel comic cover for quality. But the story's very slight. The artwork's nice, but it's a lot of big panels. And I read it in 5 minutes, and I was like, oh. So I'm stopping it. I'm dropping it. It's just I can't afford to carry on with it. So 5 out of 10. And then the only other things I got these again. 1 and 2, Second Princess of the Hulk, because I saw my first 2 for £30. Yay! So but I'm carrying on the series, so I'll get them again. So that's it. So there'll be more reviews coming soon. Okay, bye. And I'll start. Most likely do look at my digital comics, what I buy as well, to give you a guide on how much they cost as well. Okay, bye, 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 bye.